So I have the first test of the low pass filter that's going to go in the Grand Classic and be available separately. And I'm going to swap over now to the main camera and show you all the cool stuff. So this is my test amp, little Ibanez, which I'm going to use here. This is the custom Audio Storm expression pedal. I may make these available. It has a foot switch in it for turning it on and off, which we're not going to use today. You may recognize the style as a modification. This is the actual low pass filter board, and on here we have an extra pot. This is the resonance pot. This is set midway, and this is going to be an internal pot in your module that will be set midway, but you can change it if you want, which is pretty cool, and I'll explain that. But we'll start with midway. So I don't know where I'm going to perch this now. I'm just going to jam my phone somewhere so that I can play some. See what we can do. I haven't planned this out at all. Hey, what's new? You know me. Oh, put a pot of wire here and jam something in front of it. Well, let's just hold it. There we go. How cool is that? So there we go. That'll do. This is the low pass filter on sort of a standard mode. And this is fully up and fully down. I'm so in tune, aren't I? How good is that? Okay, so that has medium resonance. Now, if we turn the resonance down, we get it works more like a tone control. Not very exciting. If we turn the resonance up to sort of peak area, we get a much more interesting sound. And the thing with this resonance control is it has to be tuned per pedal. That's why there's a variable pot for one reason inside it. Because if I set it to the same, some pedals are not going to be as resonanty as the others. Lets you pick between our sort of middling setting, which has a little bit of resonance. It's very useful, which is this again. Turn it right up and try and get, whoops, an extreme resonance. We need a better player to demo this. This is just for idea. And of course it's the very first one, and there's a few other tweaks to do. But there's a really interesting thing. If you turn the resonance all the way up, we get crazy noise because the whole thing goes into self-oscillation. So instead of playing, I'm not even going to play now. At full, we get like a sort of ultra high pitched noise. So here we actually got nothing because it's so high frequency you can't hear it. And you go. And if we turn the resonance back to something sort of sensible-ish, quite an extreme setting, but not. There we go. We go back to having a normal sort of playable sound. So this is pretty cool. I haven't figured out how to play this or do a good demo. This isn't a good demo. This is just a look. I can make noises, you know. It's good for bass too, apparently. So there you go. That's really it. That's the be all and end all. So I hope that piqued your curiosity. Like I said, that's a fairly terrible demo, but it's just something to keep you going and see where I'm up to with it all. I think the main problems I've got with that are purely that the sweep is so extreme. It's going sort of 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. So if we were playing full frequency music, that'd be amazing. But obviously on the guitar, it makes it sound very narrow. It makes it sound like it's going on and off a little bit. We can adjust that with the adjuster on an expression pedal. So I'm inclined to leave it alone because I think it's better to have all that range. I'll add in that, you know, the little pot on the side of an expression pedal that limits its range. I think that'll make the difference. So I'm going to try that. I tried giving it less range, and the problem is if I give it less range, then it can work for guitar but not bass, or it can work for bass not guitar, or I think that's not a good way to do this. So the input takes the full sweep range, and it's up to you using your expression pedal to choose the range you're going to sweep. So if you like 0 volts or whatever back on the pedal is 20 hertz, it's just sub, up to 5 volts full thing is 20 kilohertz. So you choose the sweep range in between that. For a guitar it might be, say, 600 hertz to 3 kilohertz. So you're gonna have to work that out. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. It's done really. I need to make a prototype etched board because I know full well from eons of experience that when you etch a board, often other little quirks show up. So I'm currently working on converting that. There we go, working on converting it, giving away my glorious schematic there into the actual board, which I've had this layout more or less settled. You can see the lovely little green connectors, which are the daughter board connectors here in the middle. This has been settled for a while. The dimensions are styles, standard ASDB board, my XPC link connectors. So really, I just need to sort of clean this up and get everything in place. I'm sort of laying all the parts out very square, using the space correctly. And hopefully once this sort of last few yellow air wires, these thin yellow wires basically mean I don't have a track yet, are in place, or this floating capacitor is in place, then I'll make a version of this next week, hopefully. And hopefully that will go into a pedal and we'll be ready to rock and roll, because it's really the last bit before I fully go to production. After that I will go to production, because I have got my versions. Let's have a look. Here we go. That was the first sort of layout prototype. You can see it's missing a button. This is the working prototype, is the back still off this. So this is the one that actually works. You can plug in and use this. And you can see where the daughter board will plug in on this one. So I just need to make sure that works, then we're good to go. And of course, like I've said before, the original plan, including the Kickstarter, had no daughter board. That wasn't a feature. It was going to have an effect, an expression pedal. That was a feature. I wanted them all to have expression pedals. But this whole pluggable daughter board is something extra that's come out over the last 12 months. So it's one of the reasons for the delay, because I realised that these little expression effects are going to be super cool, right? So I wanted to make it universal. And so the other thing, that lovely universal standard that I'll be implementing, apart from the fact I want to open source it, I just want everyone to have access to it, because I put a lot of work into it. And in this world, you either hide things away and hope no one notices. Terrible idea. You trademark it only for the rich people, or you just tell everyone about it. So that's what I'm doing, and you'll see that my plan for this is going to be just as applicable. Let me get this down to all my other pedals. So guess what? At some point, other pedals will be getting daughter board support as well. That's going to be a thing on all of them. So the quad screamer is fine as it is. At some point, I think when I do a quad screamer 2 in the far future, I'm going to do a 5 knob quad screamer 2. This is a thing, and it's going to have daughter board support now. And once this Grand Classic's out of the way, I'll have the Tone Lord 2, the red, the green, and the blue pedals, my clean booster, and obviously that'll have daughter board support. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's coming along, and yeah, I'm exhausted. Absolutely knackered. I burnt myself out doing this project. So yeah, next week hopefully etch that last board and then into production. We can press go on this magical machine, which has these lovely sliding drawers, all full of parts, ready to rock and roll. They're all loaded. They're all in there. They're just waiting. Oops, helps for open the right tray. Full of chips and gorgeous things, all fully tagged. They're all there waiting. So all the parts are in. We're literally ready to go on this. literally ready to go. It's just a matter of tidying up the daughter board, making sure it works. And as I say, you know, you have to do an etched prototype, because sometimes you get weird noise because of the layout and you have to change it. So, oh, next week I've got Leeds Guitar Show this Sunday, so we're drawing a line under that now. Next week, etching, but Leeds Guitar Show on Sunday. So we've been whizzily working really hard to get all our hot boxes ready for sale, because this is always the big seller, the power attenuators. We were a little bit low. We only had one 830, one 138 ohm left in, so yeah, we needed those. That was a last minute do. And of course all the 120s, the usual things, rect floats, cool little volume boxes, you know, my gorgeous volume Fink that I really love so much, shiniest blender passive volume in the world, and the usual stuff, you know, which we'll be taking there. So yeah, hopefully I'll see some people there, make a couple of sales, keep me going in bread and peanuts for the next week, and then yeah, we'll get a prototype made of that daughter board, and I'll finish the artwork. I swear I will finish the artwork, because one of the things with the artwork, have I said this? I don't know if I've said this. The artwork, let me switch back. So this was a prototype artwork. This is not the finished artwork. The finished artwork is going to have white ink and be pretty. And the thing that occurred to me is, we've got all this lovely wasted space here. Wouldn't it be great if the artwork rolled around the sides? So that's what it's going to do. I'm going to make the artwork roll around the side. I've got my plan for it. I've sketched it out. I think it's going to be really cool. And of course, we've still got the hand etched ones, which I'm going to hand engrave, because I've got 5 of those to go, and I've got the non-more blacks, which there'll be 5 of them, which I haven't quite sorted the logos out for those, but I'll finish those in the 11th hour. I've got the CNC machine. I've got a few other things. I don't know what the actual option will be. But yeah, so there we go. I shall speak to all you guys very soon. See you next week, maybe, who knows, with some really cool updates. Thanks for watching.